I bought an $11 Santoku knife on Amazon. What's up, cooks? It's Wednesday. And yes, I was on Amazon searching for cheap knives, and I came across this knife for $11. It was listed as a Santoku. We're going to try this baby out to see what an $11 knife can do. So join me. It's Wednesday, and let's try out this inexpensive Santoku knife. So since it's Wednesday, I thought we would have a little bit of fun by buying one of the cheapest knives that I can find on Amazon. So we're going to start with the Santoku. When I was on Amazon, I was searching around and I came across this knife for its $10.99. So it's basically $11. And so there was a lot of things about this knife that looked a little odd to me. Check out my shopping trip. So on Amazon, I thought this knife looked kind of funky, and it's only $10.99. I chose the Santoku. It doesn't give a lot of information about Rockwell hardness or anything like that. It's rated a 4.7 out of 5, so that's kind of interesting. Stainless steel, double edge blade. Okay. We have 100% satisfaction. Oh, it does have a 56 on the Rockwell scale. 56 plus. I don't know what that means. Plus or minus 2. That's how it is sometimes. 15-degree blade angle. Okay. Looks kind of funky. So let's see how this knife performs. Okay, so the knife is here and it's time to have a little fun with this knife. So the brand of this knife is DDF, says iChef. DDF IOHEF. So IOF, I don't know how to pronounce that. So on the listing, it calls this a Santoku, if you guys have seen. One thing I noticed when it showed up was the tag on the back here says Nakiri. And I'm just thinking this tag is wrong because this knife is their Santoku, and they have a separate knife that is an Nakiri. So let's see what this thing looks like. Comes in a fairly decent box for an $11 knife. Okay, looks like the picture on the listing. Care and maintenance. Work on the right food. Always use the right knife. A chef's knife should be used for meat and vegetables instead of cutting through joints. Yes, that's true. So here is our knife. And first off, before I even say anything about this knife, let me get it out of this package. I don't feel like cutting myself, because it does appear to be sharp. So my very first reaction in opening the box is, I don't know how they define a Santoku, but this isn't quite it, right? I'm thinking that this is a little bit more like a hybrid knife, because it has a little bit more of a rocking edge to it. See how it has that slope in that edge, like this. This is the Wurstaff. It is a German knife, but it's a Santoku. A Santoku knife is a knife that has a tip like that looks, they call that a sheep's foot tip. To me, it looks kind of like a bird's beak, right? It goes down and it meets the edge of the tip down low compared to a chef's knife. A chef's knife goes up like this, it slants up, then you have a regular tip on it, the regular chef's knife tip. A Santoku is ground down like this and it's flatter on the bottom. But look, we have a little bit more of a whoosh. So this has a sort of a profile of a regular Western style knife. It does have some properties as a Santoku, because namely it is going down like this, sort of like sheep's foot sort of style on the end. It does have the granite edge like a lot of Santoku knives have, but it's kind of a weird knife. I don't think I can really totally call this a Santoku. I think I can call it a hybrid. It's pretty light feeling. So as you can see, this is like one piece of metal. There's no rivets or anything. There's nothing that where you can see a different material here on the handle versus the blade. This is all a one-piece knife.
So you can't define it as full tang or not full tang? It's just...
I mean, it's full tang just because it's a one-piece knife.
So it's probably... do you think it's like stamped versus molded or something?
Oh, I'm sure it's stamped. So I don't know. It's pretty much stamped for $11. It seems kind of sharp though. So they call it a Santoku. I call it a hybrid. So there you go, right? So you really have to look at, when you see listings of knives, how the manufacturer calls it, because it may not necessarily be 100% a Western chef's knife or 100% a Santoku. It could be somewhere in between. So we have some vegetables and some meat out here, so we're going to put this baby to the test. Let me go wash it up. Cheers, everyone. It's Wednesday.
Hey!
Hey, it's Wednesday. Okay, so we'll talk about this knife as we go along and as we cut some stuff. So I have some potatoes. We're going to cut those. We're going to throw them in the air fryer because we need to make some lunch here. We got some chicken, and I'm going to saute up a little onion and zucchini, just some stuff that I had in the refrigerator. So we talked about the shape and the profile of the knife. One of the things I just wanted to mention really quick is about the construction of it. So my initial thought looking at the blade is this is a stamped blade, and it's really kind of hard to figure out how they made this knife. Being one piece, this handle is hollow, which makes it a very light knife. But when you're talking about a hollow blade, a hollow handle like this, one of the things you run a danger of is that the blade weighs more than the handle. I don't feel that like necessarily, but that's what you run the risk of. If you have a knife that has that similar type of construction, this is a global. So this knife is hollow just like this inexpensive knife. But what's interesting about the global knife, to control that balance, this is filled with sand. And the sand gives you the balance. So they can give you the exact amount of weight that you need in the handle is the blade. So if you were to cut this knife in half and weigh the blade, we could fill this handle with that amount of weight so that these two equal out. Would that say that look at that. That's a global.
Oh, are you balancing it with your fingers?
Yeah, I'm balancing it right where the bolster would be. It's a little handle heavy there. If I move it back just slightly, it balances right there.
Try that with the other one.
Oh gosh. This is hard for me to...
Well, not to cut yourself either.
Well, yeah. That's a little far on the handle. It really is good. This actually is balancing right here. I'm not sure though, because of the shape of this, which would be the bolsterless bolster.
Maybe they put a little weight right there?
I don't know what they did. That's kind of interesting.
All I know is I almost burned myself washing that dang thing by hand.
Yeah, so one of the things is when Eric was washing this under the hot water, because this thing is like a one piece with the steel, he had this part under really hot water and it was conducting to heat up the handle. So the handle was really hot on his hands when he was washing it that way. So that's one consideration. There's no material on this handle to
insulate
the heat from going up the handle. So it was a little hard to wash in that regards. I wonder if the Global is that way as well. I don't know. I never really noticed that. So we got some big old taters. And I'm going to throw, it's sharp. It's a sharp little $11 knife. Look at that. I want to throw these taters into the air fryer. This is a really sharp knife. For those who like to rock and push, that's why a lot of people like these hybrids. So we're going to give us some little wedges there. This knife is really sharp for $11 knife. Out of the box. Whew. You guys want some air fried potato wedges for lunch here? Those Grant edges do not help really at all with the sticking. I've never really found a knife that those Grant edges help with.
I don't think they're big enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some people it helps with, but I've never really seen that they were all that helpful. So we have this big, huge tater. This is a really smooth knife. I will give it to them. I'm digging it. I'm digging it, boo. I'm digging my $11 fine.
So the question is this going to knock off Titan Forge as your ultimate beater knife?
I don't know. No.
Cheap one.
I don't think with this handle, I can't do an extended amount of prep with this because I like handles that aren't quite as meaty. Like this handle is really kind of meaty, and I like handles that tend to be thinner. That's just my personal preference. It gives me a little bit of hand fatigue. So I wouldn't really say that this is gonna take the place of a beater knife when you're just like banging it out, trying to do a bunch of prep, like Thanksgiving or something like that. I think this would tire my hand out. Oof. These two potatoes gave me more wedges than I thought it was going to give me. So I'm going to grease these down with a little Wegmans garlic olive oil. Ooh. Give us a little garlicky flavor on these taters. And I'm going to season them up with just a little Mrs. Das. This is like lunchtime taters. Lunchtime taters. And we're going to give them a little not so special salt. Just your average everyday salt. I'll probably salt these when I come out. That's what I usually do. Lunchtime taters. Taters at lunchtime. And I'm not baking, so I can go ahead and go for it just like that. And give them a little bit more in there, into the air fryer. I got a little onion here. I think I'm just going to slice it.
I can tell you, we don't need no garlic.
The garlic oil that stuff is bomb. I put it in bread. It's so good. One of my favorite grocery store breads is Wegmans Tuscan garlic bread. It's so good. And they use a garlic oil. I don't think they use that garlic oil. It's awfully expensive for that, but rumor has it they use this something called garlic cooking oil. which I think it's only available to the trade. Or at least this company only makes it for the trade. So I'm just going to cut this like this. Sort of slices, like half slices. Sweet. I'm going to throw this in this pan. Would help if I turn it on. Put a little of this garlic oil in there. We'll put this in here.
I think we're safe from vampires or something.
Yeah. You gonna be ready for lunch, Boo?
Maybe.
So
what are we having?
I don't know yet, actually. We're having potatoes, air-fried potatoes. We're having some zucchini and onions and some pan-fried chicken. Sounds good to me. Let me rinse this off and I'll be right back. Watching my onions over here. So I'm just gonna cut. This is how fast you can put together, whoops, a lunch. So I'm just gonna make little rounds that are going everywhere.
Keep your fingers out, Boo-Boo.
Yeah. It's pretty.
I love you, but you're scaring me.
Golden rule. Keep your fingers away from the blade.
You know, if those things roll, they roll, Boo. Because that's how we roll.
That's how we roll. They roll. I'm kind of liking this knife. It's like I said, I don't think I would do a boat ton of crap with it. Whoops. I'm just losing these everywhere. So let me grab the chicken really quick. Bring that down a little bit. I'm gonna just trim and butterfly this chicken. I think I'm gonna pan fry it. So sometimes you may not even have a meal plan. Just get some ingredients out of your refrigerator and just cook it, right? It doesn't have to be, you know, it's not rocket science. All you need is some meat, vegetable, and a potato. And you have a full-on meal. So I'm gonna cut this way to do a little butterfly action. Technically, butterflying is keeping these together. So what I'm really doing, ooh, there's something I want to take off there. What I'm really doing is making cutlets. Chicken cutlets.
But by cutting the thick part in half, it makes for even cooking time.
Yeah. One problem with the chicken is this one end on a chicken breast is thicker than the other end. So if you just keep it like this, this is going to cook faster than this. So thin it out and they cook way more evenly.
Unless you want to roll it all up into a ball or something, right?
Like what, barbecue?
No, but like you're going to roast
like
it or
that.
something.
Yeah. So let me wash my hands. Okay, really quick, I'm just going to put the zucchini in this pan because our onions look done. And I'm going to put our chicken into this pan. So that knife did a pretty good job for an $11 knife. Not bad at all. You know, the knives are pretty personal. So everybody has an opinion on a knife, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this chicken out. I did season this, I forgot to tell you. Before I put them in the pan, I just salt and Mrs. Dashed it so it would match the potatoes. Those are looking pretty good, huh? Our zucchini right here is looking pretty good. Just give it a little seasoning here. Got some salt action. Got some pepper, fresh, cracked black pepper. And I think we're ready to eat lunch. So let me grab some plates and I'll be back. Let's go, because I'm hungry. We got chicken. And I need a little bit more salt on these taters. I didn't put much on there. Air fryer, potato wedges. Yum, yum. Does those look yummy, Boo?
I don't know. Potatoes and a knife test. Who didn't see this coming?
And we'll give you a little bit of zucchini. That looks up my alley. And we'll go chicken.
Look how juicy that is, Piggy.
Yummy.
Nah.
Potato.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken, potato.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick and easy lunch here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Got some zucchini.
Sure.
Eric says, sure.
Don't potatoes count as a vegetable?
No.
How about onions?
We got some ketchup for the dipping. And you ready for some, Eric?
Why not?
Come on over. Cheers, Boo.
Yay.
Here's to Wednesday.
Sure.
Cheers, everyone. I'm going in for zucchini.
Oops. I don't know why I did that. It's been a long day, right?
You just put your
I don't know.
zucchini in the ketchup?
I don't know. Maybe I need more coffee.
Yum, 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 yum. Potatoes.
Oops. Potato just broke.
My potato broke in half too. That's a good lunch there.
So.
Those are really good.
Chicken tasty.
Delicious, guys. Thanks for joining us for lunch. So my opinion of the knife is it's great for an $11 knife. Kind of lightweight. I wouldn't use it like a lot, like for extensive prep. But it works okay for $11. What do you want, huh, Boo?
We don't know how long it's going to stay sharp.
Yeah.
We don't know the Rockwell rating.
Don't expect any of that
on
an $11 knife.
But
you're going to have to, you can run that thing through an electric sharpener.
Yeah.
That's not my ideal thing to do, but it works on an $11 knife. So I'll put a link to that knife down in the description so you can check it out. If you like this video, please subscribe below and join us on our journey to become better cooks. Also hit that bell so you'll get notified of our uploads. And if you want to join us every Wednesday, make sure you hit that bell. Also visit my website. All my recipes are out there, amylearnstocook.com. Links to my social media are down below. Facebook.com/group/amylearnstocook. That's where we talk about kitchen stuff all week long. Kitchen, recipes, anything related to cooking. Also, I'm on Pinterest and Twitter at Amy Learns to Cook. And on Instagram, you can check me out at Cooking with Amy. Have a great day, and I'm going to go finish my lunch.